And then, for the first flat earther... Okay, for the first flat earther, let's welcome flat earther number 1. We're going to be calling him Mac. That's his name, by the way. How are you doing today? Yeah. Yeah, just so, real quick, before we get this started, just make sure you're talking into the mic, and then, everything's good?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, just so, real quick, I'm gonna move the mic over to Mike. Actually, just lean into it and tell everybody why you don't believe the Earth is flat. It's fine. Okay, tell everybody why you believe the Earth is flat. And then I'll go last.
So everyone starts out as a round Earth guy, right? You taught that in school, right? Well, you get out there, you start going on the internet. Back, I was born in 85, so I'm like 38 years old, right? So I remember before and after the internet. Now we got the internet. So you go around, you look at stuff. And so they tell us that we're going 1 million miles an hour through space, right? We're orbiting the Earth, going so fast, right? And my position is that I don't feel the movement. I look at the horizon, and I see no curve. I've been in planes, I see no curve.
Oh, you don't see the curve, like a boat going over the curvature?
There is, what is that?
Like, when you see like a boat going like on the ocean, you don't see like how it curves?
We'll get to that. So...
I think we have the other flat earther.
So, like I said,
just real quick, not to interrupt you, but since just to make it fair and everything, it's gonna be 2-on-2.
Yeah,
the other guy we've been waiting up on him for a little bit. I think he's here, so we're gonna go get him. But
sure. So, are we gonna restart or what?
No. We can just keep going. Just keep introducing yourself.
Okay. So yeah, that's my position. I don't feel the curve or the movement, and I don't see the curve. That's my basic position. And what you said earlier is that the boats going over the horizon. Right. If you take any kind of basic camera and zoom in, you can bring it back into the view.
Right.
Yeah, so we have limited vision. Like, we can't see forever.
Right.
We're limited. So when that boat goes over the curve, it appears to disappear whole first. But if you take a camera, zoom in, like a Nikon P900, zoom it in, you can bring it back into view. When it goes over the horizon again, you zoom in a little more. You can bring back into view, and you can do that.
I think for the most part, a lot of people all of the scientists for the most part, they don't really think that the boat is disappearing. So obviously, if you get like a lens that can just be like zooming in, of course you're going to be able to see farther than the human eye. The human eye has its own things, but that doesn't mean that it's exactly, there's no curve. You know what I mean?
Well, if it should theoretically disappear over the curve. It should be behind the curve.
All right, wait, let me introduce him.
All right, sure.
Is he here? Is he at the door? All right.
They're not taking into consider the refraction index.
To welcome Mr. Rabbi.
Oh boy, how you doing, boss? Mr. Rabbi. So like I was saying, right. So you want to say something to this fella here?
Well, it might be a good time to ask, why do you believe the Earth is flat?
Earth is flat because the Torah says so.
So you believe the Earth is flat mainly for religious reasons?
Correct.
And you think that would be like a logical statement, that you would say that all of the scientists are wrong because of some holy book, which, to be fair, I am Jewish myself, but you think that that's like a fair thing to go?
Let's think about this. Let's pray that Jewish people believe this, because that means they can't launch a missile towards us, because you need to think you need to know the Earth is round in order to get a missile. That's probably why we haven't blown up yet. They're probably can't do the math. That's a fact. They probably don't.
Well, go on about what you were saying. I think you have a little bit more nuance in.
Okay, so you were saying about the ships going over the horizon, right? Well,
here's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to see it go hull first, and then you see the sail. There should be talking about sailboats, and then you see the peak go. It's a fact. I know people that were in the Navy. They told me it was a fact. We had this conversation. They had big, giant telescopes, and radar can't see over the curve of the Earth. It's fucking common knowledge, man. That's why radar can't see for so far, because you go over the edge of the Earth. And that's why ham radios only work, because it has to bounce off the ionosphere. That's what HARP is for. It just, if the Earth is round, your whole world, every single fucking thing I know wouldn't work. Every single fucking thing goes out the window.
You zoom in, you can bring it back into focus. And you then rebutted by saying...
It's round, you fucks. You stupid fucks.
Well, if there was a curve and it in fact went over
How can you think it's fucking round?
It would be impossible to bring it back into view because it is literally being obstructed.
Here's how you know I promise you, this is how I know it's real. Or it's not. It's because there's dorks out there that are smart and have money. And they would just prove that it was flat, and they would be rock stars. And they will get all the fucking dork pussy they could ever imagine. So that's why I know it's not real. Because there's people out there that have never touched a boob that would do anything for a boob. And they're smart than people because they got lots of time.
Visually. So how did the camera bring it back into focus if there is a big old piece of earth?
I think one of the things that I was just reading about this recently, because to be honest, I'm not like a huge guy on like flat earth, arguing it. It's not like...
That's fair.
I'm more of like just a spaced out guy, just doing different stuff in politics, just understanding a lot of different stuff. So when I was researching that specifically, it was actually a scientist. I forget his name.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. That must be Mike dressed up as a rabbi.
We can do that. Is that healthy? It is? Okay. Okay. What's the Torah say about that? Okay.
It's Frank kosher.
Okay. Right on. All right, we're back in it. So what's the next question there, Matan? Let's hear it.
Well,
I love Matan.
Oh, you don't want to stare? Because I can stare, big guy.
Listen, I don't want to make issues, but if you continue to smoke on the table, we're going to have to remove you.
That's the sound of an American.
Matan, I love how he's so bossy. When you talk, I haven't even practiced my
Adam Ferrari.
Matan.
CEO of Phoenix.
He makes me want to talk lower, though. I feel like
Is that against the sponsorship, the Dr. Pepper?
Well,
Are you guys a Powerade crew here? Like,
I don't think we have a sponsorship, but I don't really understand why.
Does that have aspartame in it? Can I see the ingredients on it?
aspartame is bad.
Ingredients right quick. Here, let me see. Can I? It has aspartame.
Yeah, it's saccharin or aspartame.
Cancerous. You shouldn't drink that.
Oh, you don't like aspartame?
I don't like artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, totally disgusting. It tastes good, but it's bad for you. You should try Mexican Coke.
That's stupid. Not even all Mexican Coke is made of sugar, but it is better. I don't like it. It kind of tastes diet to me because we're used to the high fructose corn syrup. When I drink like a Kickback Mountain Dew, I grew up on them. Literally, I don't like it as much as the new Mountain Dew. It's just you get accustomed to it, I guess. But all they do to make artificial sweeteners is take regular sweetener and they add like a fluorine or something. I think fluoride atom. It's not as scary as it sounds. And it just makes it so your body can't break it down. It adds a little, it's not that dangerous, but it's not good either. I'd rather water.
Cane sugar, my man. And it is natural.
Cane sugar is crystal.
Calories.
It's crystal sugar.
Artificial sweetener, and that will kill you. So just be careful with that.
This guy's not very bright.
He's killing people?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Read about, what is it, the Powerade one? There's another one. It's called sucralose. That one's really shit for you. It splits your DNA. All artificial sweeteners are bad for you. Just Google it. Just Google it. That's not a flat Earth thing, but that's just really bad.
Let's get on to the flat Earth.
All right. Let's get to the real thing. The real flat Earth, right?
Right.
I don't know who that is.
This is a good one to start off with.
Sure, yeah.
But do you believe in gravity? You know, a lot of flat Earthers don't. I was watching some flat Earthers debate with people, and from what I understood, they don't really believe in gravity, and whatever you say, and then I can make my rebuttal.
They can't prove gravity.
Take that off of the table.
They don't know gravity. I think they found the gravity particle now. I might be fake news.
All right. My teammate here. I love this guy. Okay, so about gravity, most flat earthers don't believe in gravity. They don't believe it. They don't believe in the spinning crap, whatever, right?
You believe in it?
No, I don't. I don't think gravity is anything. I think it's kind of an unfalsifiable thing. So about gravity, as my teammate over here is really cheering me on about this talk.
Yeah, it's kind of got to have it.
Rabbi Monkey.
Rabbi Monkey? Okay, Rabbi Monkey.
Oh, that's Mike.
Guy,
I don't know who this guy is. That must be vinyl flooring. Viral flooring.
I'm really feeling.
How do they come up with viral flooring? Somebody must have said that once on the phone and they couldn't understand each other. I don't know.
Just cheer me on, brother. All right.
Viral. You know, he is this. I always see these themes now. I learned that from Kurt Metzger. I see Jay and Silent Bob. They always got one or two silent characters, and then if you notice, Jay was always kind of pushy. Just like Matan here.
Right. As I was saying, gravity. You want to hear about gravity?
It's just like such an odd situation. I know you think I probably planted him here, but it's honest. I've met this guy before. He doesn't.
You met him on the street. You paid him $20.
No, because I'm Jewish, so I go to synagogue.
All right.
Are you also Jewish? You look a bit Jewish.
I'm not Jewish.
Really?
No, sir.
Are you Canadian?
No, not even. That's no.
Where are you from?
I'm from Louisiana.
I'm saying you like your heritage, just like.
So heritage would be half Filipino, half European, like Northern European.
Just like
like the UK, English, Scottish, Irish, Welsh.
Okay, you need to leave. I can't. No more. Just get him out.
That's my teammate, though.
This is ridiculous. I saw you going for the vape again. You need to stop with that.
Rabbi Monkey, it was nice knowing you, bud.
He's not gonna leave. That must be viral,
brother. I got it. Take it.
I'll give you one more opportunity. Just don't vape and because I don't want to start.
Matan will be a just ruler. He's fair and just.
Yeah, treat him right. All right. Thank you. Just take it easy. You got to control the impulses. All right. It's going to be all right. We'll get through this. Gravity itself.
It reminds me of Corey. This guy, my friend Corey.
Neil deGrasse Tyson says we don't know.
Well, I was going to say I actually have that written down here.
The Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, yeah, I had something written
about.
And I knew they were going to say.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah,
his 20,000 foot.
We can measure it, but we don't know what it is. So if he doesn't know what it is, how can we be so sure that it is what they say?
This is what I was going to say. I don't have it in the notes, but
wait. Let me just say what I believe gravity. What I believe is causing things to rise and fall.
Number one physicist.
Neil, you like him?
Neil deGrasse Tyson's not even a scientist, really. He's a TV star.
You're supposed to hate that guy.
He's a narrator. Like, I don't think he ever really did science. He just knows it.
Hey, husbands. Valentine's Day is coming.
The most fascinating.
The love of your life. Get her this. It comes in a heart-stopper.
The most fascinating time I've ever had on a psychedelic was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson describe the calendar. It's beautiful, like thinking of the clockwork of the universe while you're.
What I was going to say is, just from my understanding, I personally don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
So I'm emotionally attached to the Earth being round. So I know I'm biased. But I really want to be convinced that it's flat because I think that'd be fucking crazy. So I crave to know stuff like that. I gotta know. If it's flat, I want to know, man. Tell me, prove it, show it. I don't think it is though. I wish it was. I want to believe.
Like learning disorder, like inflammation in the brain. So I'm not a really big fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think a lot of flat earthers kind of go to him because he's just like a very easy guy to pick on. He's a little bit of a stupid guy. He's not really a good speaker for most people. You know, I'd say even like the rabbi would probably be more intelligent than Neil deGrasse.
Well, that's fair.
Says flat.
No, it does not.
Yes. I swear.
You know, I think he probably does say that. I will side with Rabbi Monkey here. Let's go with that. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a flat earther, confirmed here on the podcast. We have another ally, confirmed by Rabbi Monkey. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. All right, so do you want to talk about gravity or what's going on?
Out of here.
Oh man, all right.
I can't take this seriously. He comes in with a vape and a Dr. Pepper. He's not making any serious arguments.
All right.
Do you mind just removing him from the... Okay, listen. I know now it's a 2-on-1, but just to make it fair...
It's okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Here, just to make it fair...
Neither of these guys are saying anything anyway, so...
I was going to say, just to make it fair, we'll have Mike just... You can talk, just make it very limited. Just The rabbi probably talked maybe like 2 times you, and he said like 30 words, you said 15, so you have like 15 words left, and then just cut it out, all right? I'm sorry, that was just very distracting.
All right. So we're still doing gravity or what?
Yeah, tell me what you think about the gravity.
So people say that gravity is a force and that it brings everything down, but they neglect to mention, okay, is he coming back or?
No, I don't believe so.
All right. So, as I was saying, helium, the balloon floats.
Right.
But what about gravity? Well, the balloon is less dense than the medium around it. That's why it floats. Then you have a rock, which is dense, and so it falls to the ground. And if you put it in water, it will then sink, right?
Right.
But then there are bubbles. The bubbles rise to the surface of the water. But what about gravity?
I think the main rebuttal to that would be like, when I was in the first grade, they told us it's like the solid, the liquid, and the gas, right?
Yeah.
So like a rock is more of like a solid than like a bubble,
It's
right?
dense.
Right, it's dense.
Dense.
So it's gonna go sinking.
Yes.
But I think the main thing with the gravity is probably just, a lot of what the scientists say is that, when
That's an appeal to authority, by the way.
well, not really.
You're appealing to authority when you say all the scientists.
I think saying appeal to authority is a bit of like a cop-out, because it's just taking away all of the education that those guys have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but some education
Not
is
talking
more
about-
valuable than others, and if we're all indoctrinated in believing the same thing,
Well, I would.
then
I think that's a good place to, even before we really dive deeper into the flat
because
Earth.
they're trying to teach people that boys can be girls, girls can be boys.
See,
We all know that's not true.
That's a different thing. I don't
It is a
really
different
agree.
thing.
I don't agree with that.
But there are experts that believe in it, so should we believe the
well,
experts?
I think, to be honest, obviously not, right?
Yeah.
But I think they're not really. I think it's kind of taken out of context. I think it'd be a bit hard pressed to find a scientist saying that somebody can change their sex. The gender thing, you have some like far left liberals. Fuck them, my opinion. But what they're saying is that gender is like a social construct. If you said gravity was a social construct, maybe you'd have a different scientist coming up with something else. But it would make sense for like an indoctrinated, like scientist who's been raised with very far left liberal parents to be not so opposed that somebody can change their gender but not their sex, right? And I think that brings up the gravity thing. I think saying that it's an appeal to authority is not really the best place to start off, because...
Can we get back, though, here real quick, can we get back to the actual gravity portion? I brought up the thing, that was just the point that many people will follow a lot of the experts, and they will say, okay, yeah, now we have 1 million genders. Let's not go off on that.
Yeah,
let's
we
go
don't need
back
to
to
talk about the
gravity.
genders. I agree with you on
So
that.
gravity, right, is
But I don't think-
supposedly keeps the entire Earth together
here's the
as
thing.
we fly through space 1 million miles to, an hour, right? We're spinning all around. You see the
Here's what I got to say to that. If you picture there's no air and you drop a drop of water and it's falling, it all pulls into a ball. Now imagine that the size of the Earth. But then you got to imagine empty space is not empty. That's what people go wrong. To be nothing is something. And then rocks and dirt and stuff that weighs stuff presses into the nothing in every direction, like a sheet. If it was a sheet on a bed, it would press down in the center and make like a cone, and like the penny would go around it. Now imagine that sheet in every direction rotated this way with a dent that all goes in the middle. It's so fucking... It's complicated, but it's not. Once you think about it. And then the sphere, the Earth, the universe loves balls. Everything wants to be in a perfect sphere or a crystal. But it can never be perfect, though. There's nothing perfect in nature.
I think it looks insane.
Only in math. That's what's so good about math, is because you can invent perfect worlds.
Just from what I was
Yeah, go
understanding.
ahead. Go for it.
But scientist Greg, he said the gravity pulls all the way down, but the sunshine pulls it back up. That's why at night there can be some things floating, but during the daytime, the gravity sets it all back down to Earth and everything will be normal.
Scientist Greg says that.
I don't know his last name. I just wrote Greg because I didn't want to take up too much space. It's a bit of a small notepad.
Fine. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't want to.
I don't know nothing. Being funny scientist Greg. I didn't want to waste any.
Let's not discount all the scientists,
Right.
okay? Let's not get on that. Let's not get stuck on that point. We're talking about gravity, and you bring up that.
Right.
But the
what would
reason
you
I
be-
said that it's an appeal to authority is
Right.
because you're not really making an argument against my case. The case I'm making.
I can cite a higher. Listen, neither me or you have had, actually, I could be wrong with you, but have you went to college?
Yeah, I'm a graduate.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
College graduate. Yeah, I don't want to talk about where I graduated, nothing like that. But I did.
All good.
I am
won't pry
a
into
college
that,
graduate. Yeah.
You're a college graduate. Obviously, I'm not. I'm 16. But I think these people with, not just the education from college similar to you, but they've spent their whole lives. Forget somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a bit of a different guy.
Yeah, he's a TV scientist.
He's
like
encephalitis. His brain is inflamed.
He's a TV scientist.
Yeah,
he's an actor. He's an actor.
I don't
Hollywood
like him
actor. Yeah.
But, just the average scientist, don't you think it would be a little bit difficult for, all of everybody in NASA? Just before we go too deep into the flat Earth, we have to kind of...
So you're going to say that everyone is in on it? You're going to say that everyone's in on it?
Not just that, I was going to go a little bit deeper than I think a lot of people would. But, not just everybody in on it, just everybody who's ever been part of, NASA or, the U.S. government. But you'd also...
Can I bring up... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I'm going to bring somebody up after you finish. Sorry.
Yeah. You'd also have to go into every civilization, basically, for the the 21st and late 20th century. You have to say that every one of those guys who have been able to go, basically every first world and a lot of second world civilizations, they're all in on this giant thing. And what I also have here, if I can just pull it up.
Sure. But civilizations prior to the 21st century, there was many civilizations thought the Earth was flat.
Well, not all of them have access. I was just going to say... Yeah. Well, that's because
But they trusted what they saw, and they had mathematical calculations and all that.
Well, the issue with that is, I was going to say, a lot of the, the flat earthers, what they're depending on is just disregarding all the scientists. But I think that's kind of not true. I was just
not disregarding scientists.
Well, just what I'm saying. No, I think a lot of the problems with that is, if you look at like NASA, some of the conspiracies is that they're wrongly educated, and the main one is that they're Jewish. And
hey, whether I'm not pointing no fingers at nobody.
I was going to say, I don't know whether you believe that, but just to bring that up, if we just look at some of them, you have Adam Abrams, you have Daniel Schnitzel, you have Jacob Lieberman, you have Ethan Bernstein, Ariel Bernstein, Jonathan Katz. These people don't sound Jewish. These aren't Jewish people. So I don't know why they would expect them to be Jewish and then be able to do the whole Jewish conspiracy. Whether or not,
I don't know anything about that.
Let's just say you don't believe that.
I got nothing on that. I'm just here to talk about the physics of it. That's all.
All right, the physics. How would you discount...
well, I'm not discounting. I'm not discounting the scientists.
No. How would you discount scientist Greg saying that the sunshine is what keeps everything down?
The sunshine is what keeps everything down.
That's what he says.
So what's that? Explain to me what that. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I can go
keeps
deeper
everything
into
down. Because when I talk about relative density.
Right.
Density, the rock is dense, so it falls to the ground. Well, the helium is less dense. The balloon is less dense, so it rises. So there's an explanation. The density is the explanation. Right. The sun keeping things down is not an explanation. There's no explanation.
It is, because essentially the way it works is, I guess maybe you disagree with this, but you would agree that the sun is a couple million miles away, or you think it's...
No, you can do trigonometry with basic tools and prove that it's only like a few miles, like 120 miles away or something like that.
Right, and then we would all be dead.
That's if you think the sun is some crazy star. Here's the thing. I don't think it's that.
I think the misconception that I
don't think it's that at all, really.
I think the misconception is that most people think, and for some reason, a lot of flat earthers, I would imagine yourself, you don't think the moon landing was real, correct? You probably...
No.
Okay, so you think it was fake.
But I got COVID. Anyways.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
I got a fucking theory about...
Impossible. I got COVID. Anyways.
Okay, well, anyways, so you don't believe the moon landing is real, and stats say that over 98% of other flat earthers don't believe it's real. Yeah. And that's a whole different discussion. We can go into that later.
I don't know the technicals on that, so I don't want to talk about it. I can cite a few things, but
I'm being a YouTube star.
If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. Yeah,
we can talk about it in a second. But the reason I'm bringing that up is a lot of people get confused with that because the moon is the closest one to us, and then they think that we haven't been to Mars or we haven't been to Jupiter. We haven't been close enough to the sun, but that's not true. We have been close enough to the sun to actually see the test. And back in the 1980s. We actually had somebody only 100,000 miles away from the sun. Once he got to the 100,000 miles threshold, what happened is all of the camera, all of the equipment, the spaceship, everything, it got burned down. However,
he traveled 900 million miles? How many miles is it? 90 million?
I don't.
He went 90
I don't
million
want to bring out
miles?
the phone because it's more of like just.
Yeah, no, but he went like 90 million miles. How long did it take him to do that?
Let's say it was like 90 million. Was he?
How fast?
This guy
those
didn't talk
aircraft, those spacecraft have to go to go 90
I personally
million
don't know
miles?
the exact speed.
Think about
but
how
it was
far.
like a 10-year journey. Was
it 10 years? Was it?
Yes.
And this guy went all the way to the sun? All
Yes.
right. What is the name of that?
I was there.
What's the name of
Mike,
that?
come on.
What
Don't joke with this guy. He's serious.
No, well, I'm trying to be serious. I try to go with the joke here.
Well, I'm not joking.
No, that's cool. With Rabbi Monk over here, really,
Well, that's why we got him out.
real
I
fucking
didn't know
champ.
I didn't know he was going to do that.
I miss him already. Rabbi Monk. Is it Monkey or is it Monk?
I think it was Monkey.
Monk gay? Monk gay? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Maybe it might be.
Don't say the G word. Don't say
He
it.
might be gay.
As I was saying, where were we on? The fucking spacecraft going 90 million miles?
Well, that's
insane.
actually what happened. I can pull up the guy's name here, actually, to be specific. But it was actually Ariel Schnitzel. He actually went very, very...
Ariel Schnitzel. I have to look that up later. Let's just... I mean, I guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just have to take
the thing
your
is, I
word
don't
for
want to... They did get very close, and I honestly, I lost track a little bit. But yeah, they got very close, and it was a 10-year journey. Once they hit the 100,000 mile threshold, everything burned up. But since it was like a live projection, just 10 minutes delay, you know how it's like 8 minutes speed of light from the sun? They say, well, let's just assume that they're not lying about the sun just for 1 second.
Let's just assume it's
They
true.
say it's eight minutes, I think the light will reach us from the sun, correct?
Sure, something like that, yeah.
So it was 10 minutes from the other guy because the technology just wasn't good enough. Because it was a live stream. It wasn't like he was showing us the light. The light obviously could get here sooner.
Sure, yeah.
But essentially the way it works is, yeah, he did get within the 100,000 mile threshold, and then everything got burned up. And obviously you can say that I'm lying or I'm making this up.
I know how they did this actually too, because they had two spacecraft, a shield one in front of them, so it rode in the shadow all the way there until it all burned up.
Assume it's
But
true.
yeah, I'll assume what you say is true for the most part. And
Yeah,
I'll
we can
just take my word.
Just agree.
Let's
But
just
I'm
agree or we're
skeptical.
gonna just turn into us calling each other liars.
Sure.
I don't believe we went to the
Yeah,
moon.
because it's just not going to be productive.
Or if we did, we found aliens.
So what he did get that close, and you can claim that was some sort of NASA lie, but that wasn't even with the Americans. That was with the Mongolians.
The Mongolians, okay.
So
okay,
I have a hard
let's-
time believing that why would the Mongolians lie about that to please NASA? There was no NATO. There was no reason for them to even do that in the first place.
What year did this happen?
I believe it was in 1980s, 1986.
And it was, I guess I shouldn't Google it. That wouldn't be fair. Okay. Yeah,
I shouldn't
fine,
Google
that's
it.
cool. We'll just take it as the truth.
well,
if
the
you're
reason
saying.
I brought that up in the
Yeah,
first
go
place.
ahead. Yeah, elaborate.
The reason I brought that up in the first place is a lot of people, a lot of flat earthers don't believe the sun is as far as it is, but this was a.
wait,
do you know the Truman Show?
Yeah, I know the Truman Show. I know some people think it's a flat Earth clue or some crap.
No,
Okay.
I don't even know about that conspiracy.
Yeah, because it's like a dome and there's whatever.
I actually
yeah.
have no idea. I was just bringing up the Truman Show because that's how Ariel was essentially being broadcasted. It was 24/7. Obviously, not when he went to the bathroom or anything, but it was 24/7 just so everybody could have a good look. It wasn't a public live stream, but it got released later. Everybody can go find the footage now, but as it was going, it was just for really the biggest technologies. I think it started just with the Mongolians as they started out, but once they started needing more help and more scientists on the case, they got involved with NASA, I believe, and probably some other organizations.
So, yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about, let's go back to the conspiracy about NASA and everything, because, I'm pretty sure that all of the astronauts were Freemasons. So there's that conspiracy.
Go into that. What do you think is a Freemason? Just go into that.
These guys, they have control of things and they have a lot of power. But that's one.
There's a Freemason flag on the moon. That's the only reason I believe they went there. But I think maybe they went there and then didn't come back. They wanted it that bad. There's people that'll do a kamikaze attack. Just think about infinite glory in human history. And you got cancer, and then they say your family is going to be fine, and they just sent one guy there with the flag. Because I think they're super legal. I think that's why they explain everything to people and put stuff in like predictive programming and use neuro predictive language, aka Twilight language, like Bondi Beach and Pam Bondi and Petty and Good and the 33 hours and all that shit. Because they're very superstitious and legalese. So they can't just put a flag if they didn't really go there. Because that's like one of their rules, and they're like they follow their rules really well.
Are all confirmed,
but they didn't come back. If they did come back, I think they might. I think we faked it. I think we found an alien, and they just launched a rocket up in the air. Maybe the spaceship probably already went there. I heard another theory that They got there. They found a 2-mile long giant spaceship that's been there for like millions of years that has hieroglyphics written on it. And that would prove that the Earth had been destroyed, or there had been a convergence of catastrophes, or a meteor strike or something that we had got restarted, or somebody planted us on Earth. I think we were planted by aliens. I think they kind of did like, if we could, we would like go and make monkeys smarter. If we were aliens, like this is what we do because we don't want people to suffer. If like maybe we're slaves because I don't know, we suffer a lot the way it is.
Freemasons. So, but that's the extent of what I know about that. Not everybody in NASA's. So as far as like the conspiracy and everybody being in on it, they could be doing things they could be doing things with a computer and not even know what the fuck they're doing. Like they could put in the calculations think that things are happening, but things could really not be happening. So
it could all be a simulator.
There's live footage.
There's live footage, but the live footage could be bullshit. It's called their psyops. There's like fucking we're talking about like space moon landing footage. There's all kinds of crap about the moon landing that's like pretty fucking phony. Like the lighting.
There's this huge conspiracy that the moon landing was fake, and a lot of the explanation, I'm sure you'd believe in one of your points. I think I heard you outside talking to my producer about it. To be honest, when I had to check something on my phone, you said, why haven't we gone back, right?
Yes, why haven't we gone back?
So I think the real and only explanation for that is that...
I need to make sure this is off. My kid has got a monitor on. All right. So she...
Lean back, you're getting in front of the camera. Well, anyways, all good. But I think that's probably the reason why most people think the moon landing was fake. We have gone back, not once, not twice, not 1,000 times.
They say a few times, yeah.
No, we've gone back thousands of times, not just NASA, but it's not like, the Indians, I believe, were there about a year ago.
NASA
thousands of times
recently and said that NASA said that they destroyed the technology and we cannot go back. NASA themselves.
So I have a question for you.
Confirmed that they cannot go back to the moon.
You believe NASA when it fulfills your point?
They didn't destroy it. It's just outdated, and they could do it better now. So nothing is compatible anymore. So it doesn't make any sense to use the technology that they use. It would be they lost it because who knows how to fucking run an Agabus or so fuck. You can see each bit of data on their microchips, which is crazy. They're like little washers, and these fucking ladies would have to thread them. And each one was a 1 or a 0 on these computers. You can see each bit, like a 100 kilobyte floppy disk was like a box with like 1,000 million washers. They use these little washers, and one side's positive and one side's negative. They're magnets. And these ladies would just sit there and go 1 0 1 0 negative 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 negative. It wasn't like computers used to be like beep 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 beep, made with light bulbs, and you can do like addition, and that's what. So everything that we have now could do it so much better, but you'd have to, and how they got there without refueling before is the Saturn rocket that they used for the Apollo missions was gigantic compared to what they use now, because they had to make it there in one trip. That's why now, to make it worth their while, they would have to make 10 refueling trips up, maybe even 20, to get there and back with these little rockets, and it's just inefficient that way, but to make it worthwhile and be safer, because back then it was more desperate. We just have to get there first. They just want to get there first and back, throw everything away. Now they would have to do it like Elon, where they reuse everything, and that's what they mean. It's like people got fucking just come on, man. Do your homework.
When I mention NASA about something else, you're going to tell me NASA is Freemasons. So why does it only work? Why does it only work when it's pro on the flat Earth side? I feel like that's a little bit hypocritical, right?
Maybe, but the point is they said it themselves that we cannot go back. They said themselves, we cannot go back.
Because nobody would want to.
We destroy the technology. We cannot go back. It's a painful process to rebuild this technology.
Yeah, here's the problem.
And they can't go back.
I never claimed NASA went back. I'm claiming that other people have. NASA, it's not even the biggest organization in the United States. I think SpaceX.
Well, it's the biggest space exploration organization in the world, isn't it?
Not anymore, from what I understand.
Well, either way, I mean, if they can't go back, I mean, I guess like how you said India went, but
China went.
Indians have an entire camp up there. They have like there's not people like living there 24/7.
You mean like a colony? They have a colony? How did they get through the Van Allen radiation belt?
What do you mean colony?
Well, colony, you build a sustainable housing where you can live for long periods of time. So they are living up there, or they're not living up there? What's going on?
So they're not living up there 24/7 because they haven't got, from what I understand, they haven't got the technology to fully be up there, they have to come back down every once in a while. Just go. Well, they can bring up the air containers and all that and all the space things just up and down. But from what I understand, they can't be up there for more than 6 months at a time. So they keep going up. It's not like they're having kids up there. It's just like probably like 30, 40-year-olds living up there, coming back down, going back up. And from the main thing I understand, is these people, they're up there for a long amount of time. NASA doesn't want to go back there because they're on to, bigger and better things. They're right now trying to reach the sun by 2028, and SpaceX...
Reach the sun by 2028.
That's the goal.
How's that going to work out?
Well, they already got 100,000 miles within, and that was in the 80s, and they haven't attempted it since, but they haven't said they destroyed the technology on the sun expedition. So from what they actually said,
how are they going to survive on the sun? What kind of technology are they going to use to survive what's supposedly a inferno?
Running breaks your joints.
He's not going to the sun.
After 50, you need that. In 1 week, you'll see your energy.
Listen.
Is he dead?
I appreciate if you didn't snore as loud, but from what I understand is they haven't came out and said exactly the technology. They probably haven't finished producing it yet, but a couple of guys from NASA who used to work there have come out and said that it's some sort of like a force field. From all of the heat.
I never heard that.
Because if you can just have all of that taking all of the heat, you might be fine. And I don't think they're trying to set up a colony there or anything, but they just want to get really close, get some up close pictures.
Just a probe.
They already had up close pictures of the sun.
Well, not like
supposedly
touching.
Not like from me right here to right here.
Well, of course not. You'd be dead.
Well, exactly. I'm saying so. That's why they're trying to
your
get
force field technology. Is that really?
He's not. He's talking about a probe. He doesn't realize it. I guess
force field technology. It's real. Is it real?
Do you believe
it's
in
like Iron Man shit?
I mean, listen, personally...
Because that sounds more ridiculous to me than
I guess it's probably like Iron Man. It's, I mean, I don't really...
It's not. They actually use... To hold the sun, that's how what cold fusion or the fusion reactors are. They use a gigantic magnetic field to hold a little tiny sun that they create. And that's how the sun actually works, I think. But the hardest part is when you do nuclear fusion, it's so hot, it'll melt through everything. That's why you have to have a force field, like he's saying. But then you know how magnets are. When you try to hold stuff with them, they squish and move everywhere around. And that's the hardest part. They got to have a perfectly superconducting coil around it. They've done it. They put it in it. They've done it. It's just not economical now, but they've proven it that it can be done. And they're working on it right now. There's like 4 or 5 different companies that going at it in like 3 different ways, I think. But they've been working on it forever, and it was just theory. But now they proved that they can actually start a fusion reaction.
Do they have like a force field?
I mean, that's what you said. You said they're going to use a force field.
No, I'm saying NASA will, but does Iron Man?
Yeah, I think he has some kind of stuff like that. Well, I'm just saying that as just as an example.
I understand what you're saying, but the only reason I'm really bringing this up is I think there's some sort of misconception that the technology is outdated. If they wanted to go back to the moon, the lead guy, Mr. Katz, one of the head guys of NASA, personally said they could recreate that technology within a year or two's time. It's one of the easiest things possible. It's just not going to be
but if you have Rabbi...
Well, he left. So
Rabbi guy sabotaging me and saying false. Well, I mean, he was supposed to be my partner, and then he wasn't.
Not helping out very much, Mr. Rabbi, with vape.
Well, that's fine.
It's basically just me and you having.
Well, let's just yeah. Oh, Rabbi Monk, he's back. He's back.
This guy's not that funny, but I just like the flat Earth.
Established those. You could not give me the name for that person, so we're just going to assume those.
I just can argue this real well.
Well, like 100 pages.
100 pages. All I see is 10 pages of notes.
Look, I'm going to skip.
Show me all the.
Well, no. Of course, all the way at the back, it's not going to be.
Okay, sure.
To read through all of this is going to.
All right, that's okay. That's okay.
Anyways, let's just assume, just for the sake of time, that it's fake, even though it's obviously not. Now let's move back to the Indian colonies on the moon. Those people aren't there 24/7.
I mean, I googled it. I didn't see anything about.
I don't think there's colonies on the moon. Yes,
there for 24 hours a day. It just says it's a moon landing. Nothing about colonies.
Why are you shaking? You don't believe in that either?
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here, my damn cat.
Oh wow, cute kitty.
No, that's on TV. I was looking for my cat.
So,
I was like, what the fuck? I just let him in.
So yeah, I mean that's what I believe. I don't know. Leviticus. So we can
Leviticus. This one sucks. Let's go. He had some funny ones, but I just know I know all the arguments. I've looked into all this shit. I know both sides. I know all the arguments.
You all see
is not real. I agree.
It is a patchwork. It is a composite. It is a combination of several photos. That's all it is. They combine them together. They Photoshop it. Guy even says it on YouTube. You can Google.
All the pictures are super Photoshopped. That's true.
You know, but that's
you can't take good pictures in space.
So yeah, it's all a composite. So there's no proof that that's not a picture of Earth from space.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
So I agree. The blue marble photo, the most famous one, I think is the one that everybody finds. Saw it in schools. It's not exactly a fake photo. It's just not like a live photo. It's more of it's like a diagram. It's like a model. So going off of that, there are actually real photos. It's just not that one. But since that one's the most popular one because it's
why don't they show off the real photos?
Because they're not going to be as clear. They're not going. They take the real photos and then they make the blue marble. If you go to a photo like the Indians can take from the colonies, then you'll find real photos. You can look into
the colonies that were shown to not be there. But anyway, so continue.
He's gonna stick on that colony. He's got me thinking.
They can take a picture. It's not going to come out very good.
I ain't even gonna look it up because I would know if there was. I trust you. There's no Indians. There's no Indians on the fucking moon.
The reason why a lot of astronauts, when they go to space, they have I forget what it's called, but
they sent a probe.
Association. They see the whole world. They see the global. They can see like different parts of it. And they disassociate. They start having problems when they come back. And that was actually proven. Let me go to the guy's name. Daniel Larson. What he said is that when he came down after, he had that same disassociation, but after a while it started to go away.
What is the disassociation?
Disassociation is robo-tripping. It makes you feel like you're robo-tripping. That's a dissociative drug.
I'm sure this is something you would agree on. They see the whole world and they start to misunderstand, not misunderstand, but I'm trying to
be
think of
attached,
a way to put it
detached.
It's like you look down on where you live, like everything, and it starts to not feel as real. You know what I mean?
I see.
Not that it's not real. It's just like
it's like larger than life.
Yeah, larger than life. Exactly. I was trying to think of something like that. And so after Daniel Larson was done there, he came back down. He had that same problem, and they actually put him into therapy with Joshua Bloch. After he was done, he became.
I figured out like how these people that are good at interviewing. I know right there that's not what he meant, but he's just like, fuck it, let's move on.
Again, he went back up there, no problems.
Right,
and I think the reason he had that is he was American guy, he's for NASA. And just for a second, let's not say the whole NASA is bullshit again. Well, we can go into that
Whatever,
again.
You just continue. Continue the story,
Yeah, so he went back, he never got to
spit it out, man.
This is like back in the 2000s.
Sure, yeah.
So he was just there and he took photos with the phone. Because I believe it was one of the early iPhones. 2010,
you said?
Maybe not a phone. Maybe it was like
because back in 2010, I mean, it's possible it did, but you'd think that with all the people going into space, there'd be more pictures of the Earth from space.
People ain't going into space all the time. No, here's the thing. If you go into the Earth is so big. When you go up into space and take a picture of it, you still can't see it all. You can only see a little part of it. In most of the world, you cannot recognize. It does not look like a globe. I watched this live view of a satellite, and I could not, or on Google Earth, and I could not tell where it was. It took me forever. I had to click, actually, go to it was like a timeline. It was like an hour and a half long video of a satellite going all the way around the Earth. Look it up. It's on there. You can do a high definition. And you can't recognize the Earth barely unless you go to, they have timeline or the timestamps where like where France is at 3 minutes, whatever it is. You go into it and then you can kind of recognize stuff, but we've always seen the whole, it's boring. It just looks like a green blob. It's not all nice like the maps are. The maps are very, very deceiving, let's say.
I think he was looking something up on Google.
That's if he's Google. I get to Google. I get one Google. If
there's no line saying Germany. Google. It's just like a 1-to-1. You have to find like a Florida,
and then negative and a positive makes 0. All right, we're good. Yeah. Good. What are you saying?
Like here's how you got to do it. When you do a live stream, even of a satellite, because they got low and high Earth orbit, it's like being a millimeter off the freaking globe. When space is not that high, they're just like maybe like a tiny. They're like paper thin just above the atmosphere. So when you look down with the camera, even with the wide angle, you can't see very. It's just not very interesting. That's why there's no pictures. I believe. I'm not saying I'm right for sure.
And then he got this therapy.
Pretty sure it makes sense to me, man.
Feeling, and he took a photo. I take it back. I don't believe it was a phone. I believe it was a camera. And he took a photo, and you can find that photo.
But don't you think there would be more photos of the Earth from space?
But there's thousands of them.
There's thousands of like smartphone photos.
None of them are going to look as good as the
smartphone photos. I mean, if you have a pretty good view of it, you should be able to take it.
You don't take a fucking smartphone into space. You can't bring your iPhone up in the
picture.
Right,
I mean,
but
it's
do you think
smart.
there's
no
you think they're up on their iPhone in space?
But if you're going far enough
they
away,
weigh their pee.
You could do it. And then if you go to the moon
it's not possible.
and back, you could do it. Not possible.
Do you believe the moon is fake?
Do I think it? Well, if we're going by your model and they can, if they have the ISS and all this stuff, there's plenty of pictures from the ISS of the Earth, right?
A little piece of it. You can't see shit. It's
whatever.
Because the Earth is that big, man.
Why aren't there pictures from the ISS on smartphone? Are we Googling now? What's going on?
I'm just giving it.
They don't have your fucking cell phone in space.
He's really impartial here.
These guys act like they're just flying up into fucking, getting on an airplane and go to space. Dude, you got to get strapped to a fucking rocket and launched.
Okay, the pocket is fine. Just
at the speed of
make sure no Google. Everything's fair.
20 times the speed of sound. Maybe not that many, but Mach
we're talking about
17.
It's my word versus yours.
You got to get shot out of a gun. There's no
space is real anyways. So
you don't think space is real?
Yeah, because like I said, satellites are nothing. They're not real. They're not real.
That was gonna bring me up to my next question. I was gonna say, what exactly is your explanation of why the sun is round, the moon is round, every other planet is round?
Well, just because that is round, it's circular, doesn't mean we are circular. It's like,
but you believe they are also spherical, though?
I don't think it's spherical. I think that
if you get a telescope, even a binoculars, and you look at the goddamn moon, you can see craters and mountains that are 3D.
Possible that they're.
That doesn't mean that. I know it could be half a ball because it stays. It's very convenient that it stays pointed at us. Now that I think about it,
look through.
I got to text that to somebody.
Or high zoom camera. They don't look like anything what NASA shows. They look like little garbly, watery, prism-like whatever. It doesn't look like what they say it looks like. It looks like it's water up there, in fact. So when we look at it, us peons who don't have billions of dollars worth of technology, we can't confirm they're telling the truth. They could Photoshop the pictures. They could Photoshop the pictures.
What about when you look into the sky?
Into the sky, at what?
At the sun, you see it's a ball.
Yeah, but the sun is the same size as the moon in the flat Earth model.
Oh, but you believe the sun is the same size as the moon?
Yeah, and it's only a few, 25 miles up or something like that. 30 miles. Yeah, it's not very far away. And it's not killing us, no.
How's it not killing us?
Because it's not what they say it is.
So, like, hypothetically, according to you, you could just go to the sun right now, probably.
I can't go to the sun. I don't have $1 billion of technology.
Let's say you did.
If I did, maybe I could.
And it wouldn't kill you?
I don't know. Because I don't claim to know everything, but you can use basic trigonometry to calculate the distance from the Earth to the sun in the flat Earth model, and it's not 90 million miles away.
Well, this is what I was going to bring up. You say, like, us peons, we don't have the billions of dollars.
We don't have $1 billion.
I don't know if you know one of the biggest flat earthers, no longer with us. You know Felix Schellberg?
No, Felix Schellberg is a Red Bull guy, and he is not a flat earther. No, wait, you talking about Felix Schellberg? Are you talking about PewDiePie? Felix Schellberg is PewDiePie. He's not a flat earther. You just said Felix Schellberg.
Yeah, Felix Schellberg.
That's PewDiePie.
Who's that? Is he a YouTuber? He's
whatever. Okay. So what are you going to say? PewDiePie, the flat earther. What are you going to say? What's the story?
I mean, is he a big
Felix
YouTuber?
Schellberg. So you're just making up words.
No,
I can't take you seriously. So it's true. That's it's called circular logic. So like just because my book says it's true, it's true.
I'm just saying. You said I'm just making stuff up. I'm just.
Well, yeah, but you make it up and you write it on the paper.
Okay, so you're assuming.
So if you're saying Felix Schellberg is a flat earther.
Maybe we're talking about a different guy.
Are we talking about a different guy? Okay, I think that,
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be completely honest.
You don't know who PewDiePie is? Okay. All right.
Who is he? Who is the one you're talking about?
The one I'm talking about? He's a YouTuber. He's like the biggest YouTuber, at least like he was the biggest YouTuber. But Felix Schellberg, yeah, that's the.
What does he do? He does like.
He does game. He's a gamer guy. He's a gamer. Yeah.
He's a gamer?
Yeah, he's a gamer guy.
Okay.
He's been there forever, you know? All right, so what's the story? What's
Anyways,
the
I guess
Felix
we're talking about
Schellberg?
different people.
Sure, maybe.
Well, I don't. Well, it is a different person. Just for
Sure.
what I'm gonna
Yeah, go ahead.
Top flat earther Felix Schellberg. He actually was the #1 flat earther in 2008. And essentially,
Okay.
what ended up happening is he raised enough money to actually buy sort of like a not like the best one, but something that could just get him into space, like like a hot air balloon that can get you really high up.
Yeah, you went to like the stratosphere or something like that.
I forget
feet
I forget
up.
which one specifically, but he went up very very high.
How many feet?
I don't know the number, to be completely honest. I don't want to like try to guess and then it'd be wrong, but
Sure.
he went up to the point where he could see that it wasn't like a flatness. It wasn't a circular. It was like
Did you take pictures?
Yeah,
that
so
wasn't
that-
on a fisheye lens that
no.
distort the
so
curvature.
that's exactly what happened. And then there's a conspiracy I'll go over after with him. He went up there. He realized that he was wrong, and at this point he was live streaming. Well, actually, no, I don't think it was live streaming. It was live streaming to his home, which was, I believe, automatically posted. I don't remember.
I find it hard to believe you don't know who PewDiePie is. The
told-
fact that you're saying
Well,
that
actually-
means I just think you're full of shit at this point.
Well, actually,
If you say you don't know who PewDiePie
I actually
is.
have a good one to prove whoever this guy. I don't know who he is. We were off the podcast. You asked me if I knew Sneeko. I said I know Sneeko because
You
I
know
know him.
Sneeko, yeah.
But I said I don't really watch any like social
I
media.
mean, if you're on YouTube and you have 650,000 subscribers,
Well, I
like
don't-
you
it's not
say
like
you
I'm-
do,
It's not like I'm posting the videos.
but every YouTuber knows who PewDiePie is. You know who PewDiePie is?
Crazy guy.
Yeah, he knows. I bet Vecna even knows who PewDiePie is. Do you know who PewDiePie is, producer? Oh, yeah, okay. So now we're full of shit now. We're all full of shit. Hey, Rabbi Monk, do you know PewDiePie? Do you know PewDiePie?
This one
Did I just
sucks.
step into an alternate universe? I think I did.
I'm bored.
Or